things. Thanks for tuning in today. We got a great show lined up for you guys today, and I just want to say, even though today is a little crazy out there with the rain, and we're supposed to get rain and snow all weekend, so it's a little nutty. But hey, you're inside having a little fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, of course. Thank you for everything that you guys do. And the format has not changed. We are here Monday through Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have guests. Tuesday is call-in Tuesday. And Thursday, my lovely co-host, Laura Ocean. My wife is my co-host. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. And to book a show, give us a call at 847-769-8609. Let's thank some sponsors, folks, because that's who pays the bills. Of course, number one sponsor, McCampbell Law Group. Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, a statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. For one of my best lawyers, you got to love this guy. His name is Roy. Give him a chance, man. 708-275-4264. Let's not forget our good buddy, some Airtight Windows. That's right, Airtight Windows siding specialist. Family-owned for 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight. Give Lou a call at 708-788-5000. Let's not forget our good friends from Don Esteban Cigars. Get those hand-rolled cigars sent right to your home. They're from Tarpon Springs, Florida. So give my good buddy Javier a call at 727-366-7536. And let's get one more here before we start the show, folks. That's Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. So give my friend Andy or Camilla a call. That's 773-999-7888. They're in Rosemont, Illinois. It's going to be fun, folks. Got a great show for you today. My good friend Marty Garcia, the Salsa King of Chicago, is in the house. If you like salsa, we're going to find everything you need to know. And I've tasted a lot of salsas, folks. Because I like it hot. It's got to burn my tongue, or you go to restaurants a lot of times. Oh, yes, it's hot, and they bring it out, and it's not hot at all. So Marty was kind enough to give me a sample, and it was very, very good. And we're going to talk about that in a few seconds. But before we do that, folks, thank you for everybody that showed up last night at Zaza's in North Barrington, whatever. What a crowd. I was shocked to see all those people there on a Thursday night. I want to thank Sonny and Cousin Tommy for coming out. Mr. Dave Antonelli, thank you. Great seeing Sally D. You look great, Sally. You really did. So thank you guys for that. Now, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we'll be at Tavern on the Point in Edison Park, 8 o'clock. And Sunday, we're returning to Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy in St. Charles. It's Sinatra Sunday, 4 o'clock Sunday show. We got a great show lined up for you guys, so
good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Thank you, Nelson, very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. Today is Friday, April 8th. Getting ready for Easter next week, folks. Hope you guys are doing well out there, going out and supporting local establishments and live entertainment. A lot of good stuff happening, folks. Don't forget, now we got the big Ocean's Rat Package. We've been doing a lot of traveling this year between Mexico and Florida and Arizona, performing and still doing it. We're going out the road, a lot more road stuff this year, so we're kind of happy with that. Our next road trip is going to be April 24th in St. Louis, Missouri, Ocean's Rat Pack at the beautiful Casa Loma Ballroom. That's the Rat Pack meets Elvis, Everett Dean. So it's going to be a lot of fun there. That's Sunday, the 24th. Don't forget the big St. Jude's benefit we got coming up at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles. That is May 1st. Go to oshows.com for tickets. And the big one, folks, the big one, Sunday, May 29th, my 30th anniversary concert. It's going to be big at the Des Plaines Theater. Now, produced, of course, by Ron Onesti. Nick Sahajas and his band is going to be there. We got the Jersey Girls. We got Diva Montel. We got the Rat Pack. We got Dream Police. We got John Vincent, who just sang the national anthem, the Cubs opener yesterday. And, of course, you'll be joining our show on that day. We've got so many. Kim Peterson-LeFew, Jack D'Amico, Matt Cassane, my other band, Mojo's Jukebox, that does all rock and roll. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's Sunday, May 29th at the Des Plaines Theater. You don't need a vaccination, don't need a card, don't need a stupid mask. No, it's done. You can walk in free. Get your tickets at oshows.com. oshows.com. Tony O's 30th anniversary concert. It's going to be a lot of fun. Celebrating 30 years full time in this business. It's because of people like you. All right. So a couple other things we need to promote real fast. Next Wednesday, we'll be returning to Avanzari in Lombard, a brand new Italian place there with Jerry Jams Renda. The 14th, Mojo's Jukebox, my brand new rock and roll band, 70s and 80s. If you like Loverboy and Springsteen and Babies and Billy Squier and Eddie Money and Stick and some Stones and the Stewart and Trick. If you love all that stuff, Mojo's Jukebox next Thursday will be at Riley's Gathering Spot in Elmhurst. Come out. There's no reservations. I mean, you can't get a reservation. So you got first come, first serve. That's next Thursday. Returning to Norton's in Highland Park on the 16th. We're excited about that, folks. We're back at Port Edwards on April 30th. April 30th at Port Edwards. On the 28th, we're returning to Venutis in the Addison area. So a lot of fun, a lot of more great dates coming up. Let's say hello, Emo. How you doing? Yes, we need to support. We need to support St. Jude's. All right, your bet's coming tomorrow night. Very cool, honey. Great. David Gage, how you doing? Kathy, welcome. Tony Toto, Luann. Oh, it's going to be great. My main event band will also be there. Tony Toto. My sister Tanya will be making her debut singing with us. Danny Ramonde. It's going to be a lot of fun for that 30th anniversary show. We have Santa Barbara watching. We have California watching. We have New Jersey. Cheryl Riccio from the Ron Onesti organizations watching. Cheryl, I hope you and Tony and Amara are doing well, my good friend. So we got a lot of great stuff, man. Excited. What do we got here? We got Jersey, Wisconsin, Santa Barbara. Kathy, how are you doing today? All the way, our friends from Wisconsin. So Ronnie B, how you doing? My good buddy Greg, who owns one of the greatest Italian restaurants, of course, called Taverna on Division in Melrose Park, folks. And pretty soon to be opening that outdoor patio, which was voted the #1 outdoor patio in the suburbs of Chicago. That's a big deal because it's a great patio. So I want to thank you all guys for tuning in today and a lot of good stuff. Again, thank you everybody that showed up yesterday at Zaza's. A great turnout. Cubs opener, if you guys are Cub fans, congratulations. I guess they won. I don't know. I don't follow the Cubs or the White Sox, but I heard they won. So congratulations to opening day for your Chicago Cub fans out there. Very, very cool. All right. So without any further ado, this gentleman's been making salsa for 25 years, him and his family, or maybe over 30 years, according to his bio. And, you know, I always like to have different types of guests on, whether they're musicians, whether they're plumbers, whatever they do for a living. Everybody's got a gift. Everybody's got a talent. So when I heard about this, I got to have him on. Now, and it's important because it's mom and pop. It's a guy by himself doing his company. It's local, and that's what I love to buy local and shop local and take care of local. That's what it's about. So let's bring on the salsa king of Chicago, my friend Marty Garcia. Marty, how are you doing, brother?
Doing well. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? Everything good, pal?
I can hear you great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. How are you doing? Where are you at right now?
I'm at Bliss Wine Bar in downtown Wakanda. It's actually where I make my salsa in the back in their commercial kitchen. So got the wine behind me. Where else would you rather be than a wine bar during the day, right?
Absolutely. Any kind of bar is good for me. I totally agree with you. Well, listen, see, Marty, you got a pretty good history here. Now, first of all, where were you born? Let's start off with that.
Born in Lincoln Park, Chicago.
Okay, very cool. And You have a big family, Marty?
Yeah, I've got a wife and son. My son's in high school here in Wakanda. Grew up in Des Plaines, actually, where you're going to have your anniversary party. Used to ride my bike up there and watch movies all the time.
There you go, Jack Dieter. Absolutely. What made you guys move out to Wakanda?
Well, I ended up going to school out at Northern Illinois and got a degree in finance. Went and worked downtown. Worked in a bunch of Fortune 500 companies. Made a lot of salsa for the office. I can't tell you how many times I brought it in and people were just blown away by it. And over the years, kept trying to improve it over and over. And people were telling me, hey, you have to jar this. You have to mass produce this. Yeah. So I didn't want to I had my career going in one direction, and that was like something different that I wasn't ready to do that kind of undertaking and try and have it mass produced and jarred.
Sure.
So did that for 25 years, and then got laid off December of 2020. So COVID layoff, and kind of you hear about COVID companies started. This is definitely from that. So while I was interviewing, came up with an idea of doing salsa, fresh salsa. That's the difference between mine and the jars that have, one distinct flavor and no identifying taste inside of it. So I decided to do a salsa kit, a do-it-yourself salsa kit that you made my salsa in your kitchen. So started in.
Marty, I love salsa. I really do. And usually when you go to a restaurant, they bring it out and it's like, okay, do you have anything hot? And they bring you out something that's hot, which is not really hot. It might be hot to the average person, but I noticed what you guys got with yours. Like you said, you have three different kinds. It's
Four.
Mild. We got mild, medium, hot, and very hot.
Right. Very hot, right? The one that you had.
Now, what is the biggest seller for you when you go out? And when most people get your salsa, what do they ask for? Mild?
Definitely medium. Medium is the number one seller with jalapenos.
With jalapenos. What makes your salsa? First of all, where did the salsa come from? Was it a family? How did it start? Somebody, your grandparents or somebody? How did this all start?
That's exactly right. It was family recipe. My mom would make it. My mom's Irish German, married like Native American, like Tex-Mex kind of man. That's where I get my last name Garcia from. So all of his family would make excellent food, and she tried to keep up by making her own versions of chilies and tacos and salsas and everything else. So it definitely is a derivative of my mom's salsa, but she made it a little bit different, a little more pasty. My brother made his a little different as well, but I just tried to keep dialing it in and get it better and better throughout the years.
Well, it's good when we got something that's grown from the family, the secret, the recipe that's in like that. And then all the new generation comes in and adds a little here and over there and to make it their own, which is fantastic. I found something that was very interesting, what you said in one of your, on your bio thing. Most people might not know, maybe they do. I never thought about it when I'm eating the salsa, but then it made sense to me. Like you said on your bio here, Marty. Restaurant salsa is made a week ago on Tuesday, and it's been sitting in a 5-gallon tank or a tub, and it's really not fresh, right? That's how they do it in restaurants, correct?
Correct. So when you get your salsa on the table, how many times you disappointed in the salsa that came out? You thought for sure it was going to be great, and it comes out and it's watered down. It's too mild. There's no distinct flavors in it. So yeah, it was made like a week ago Tuesday, sit in a 5-gallon drum, and then they come out and put it on your plate, or on your table.
Put it on your plate, yeah, and there is no different types of them. I mean, you're right. The flavor's just not right. Now, there's the red, and then there's the green. You would think the green is a little hotter, but it really isn't in some cases. No. What goes in some of the regular ingredients you put into your salsas?
Well, I have everything's fresh. So I have food distributors that deliver fresh cilantro, fresh onions, fresh garlic, fresh peppers. The tomatoes that I use are high quality. I've gone through many different types of tomatoes before, but just dialing it in, and also the texture of it, putting it all together and blending it. I get a lot of compliments on the texture, that it's not chunky. No, I think I met one person in the year and a half that I've kind of been trying to get this rolling. One person liked chunky salsa out of everybody. Nobody likes chunky salsa, but it's chunky salsas all over the place.
Yeah, there's chunky salsa everywhere. It's just you might as well just eat a tomato.
Right.
That's exactly right. Marty, you got a very impressive list of clients. You have a lot of restaurants and places that you name a few of the spots that you have your salsa where you can find in some of these different establishments in the Chicagoland area.
Sure. You can definitely buy it here at Bliss, fresh made. When I make it in the back, they open up at 4:00. Usually I'm cleaning up at that time. People can smell all the aroma in the air from the onions and the garlic. And next thing you know, they're buying bowls, putting it on their table and popping it open. Pairs well with red or white wines. So you got, you wouldn't think chips and salsa would be great with wine, but you'd be surprised how many people pop bowls open here and eat salsa right at the wine bar. Also have in Wakanda here Doc's Bar and Grill on the water. I know you've been there before. Great place. They got a huge indoor that they just opened up recently. Summertime with their gigantic deck that they have that overlooks Bangs Lake. Fantastic place to pop open some salsa bowls and eat it with chips, or have it with their quesadillas or their nachos. So that's another great restaurant that has carrying our salsa. There's also health food stores that we sell locally here. Some smaller ones, Always Healthy on Rand Road in Lake Zurich. Stomping Grounds Coffee Shop and Cafe was like one of the first places that we started putting our salsa bowls in. But then we pitched it to a pretty large grocery store chain called Fresh Time Grocery Store. And Fresh Time picked it up. They wanted it through the holidays. We're getting the paperwork done. Started there about 2 months ago. And immediately, Fresh Time's freshness specialist director took one home. The first week I was in there, popped it open, started eating it. He was taking selfies with himself, saying, all the store managers, you have to get this in your store. And he was sending an email out from the stores from Green Bay down to Joliet. And they started emailing me and calling me and asking me to bring it to them. And since then, in 2 months, we popped it into 8 different Fresh Time grocery stores from Joliet, Downers Grove, Naperville, in the city in Bucktown, Mount Prospect.
I have one over there in the Elmwood Park River Forest area. There is a Fresh Time there.
There is, yes. I haven't gotten in there yet. That's the last one I got to hit in the Chicagoland area. I'll
Very
definitely
cool.
be
That's
in
right
there
down
too.
the street from my mom's house. I'm telling you, Marty, I tried it and I thought the salsa was incredible because I like it. Now, when people are eating the salsa, does it really make a difference if the chip? I mean, it's got to be a corn chip, really. I mean, could you eat it with Jay's potato chips? I guess you could.
I wouldn't. I would definitely find your favorite chip. You know, people like El Milagros, you know, that's local. El Rancheros, we partnered with at a few events. Mission chips is a great chip to use. Donkey chips. So whatever your favorite chip is.
Yeah. Why do you think it tastes better with the tortilla chip than a regular chip? Like, say if you took a Ruffles or a Pringles and you dipped it into your sauce. Okay, it would obviously be good, but why is it basically more with only tortilla chips?
Well, it's just common. It's what people are used to, having that combination of tortilla taste, that corn tortilla taste, with the salsa backing it up. So definitely more to salsa than just chips and salsa, because there's so many things you could put it on. I love it on rice. I love it. The number one thing we have people eating it on is eggs, really. So
I'm just about to say that I see a lot of people putting salsa on their eggs in the morning. It's better. I think it's better than putting ketchup on your eggs.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. This is all healthy. There's no sugar in there. There's no preservatives. It's all produce.
Right.
And just a tiny bit of spices, but that's it. So especially the mild in the morning, if you're not looking for that, heat, that bite with your coffee or your orange juice, you put a little mild on your eggs or on your omelet, on your breakfast burritos, on your scrambled eggs, whatever, and, or warm it up and put it like on huevos rancheros. Warm up the salsa and pour it all over the eggs over easy. You have some tortillas there. Yeah.
Especially
or make some
quesadillas. Yeah, everybody loves them on the quesadilla too.
quesadillas. Exactly. Doc's quesadillas are second to none. They put high quality meat inside of their steak and chicken quesadillas. But if you want to make a quick quesadilla at home, all you need is a tortilla. Put a dot of oil in the pan, throw some cheese, throw another tortilla on top of it, flip it, cut it up, eat it with sour cream, and my salsa goes perfect.
It goes perfect. You can't beat that. We have the Salsa King right here, my good buddy Marty Garcia on, folks. Time for a quick sponsor. Let's talk to our friends at Deutz Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. Call my buddy from Deutz Power Center in Elgin. Call my buddy Sal at 224-276-6550. And don't forget, folks, if we're talking about food, let's talk about Portillo's. That's right, folks. Portillo's, hot dogs, beefs, all the great stuff in Portillo's, folks. If you have a nonprofit organization looking for a little company to help your party out, well, it's very simple. You go. Our son, of course, Joe Fank, is with the marketing department, folks. So if you're interested, and a little fundraiser for your organization, go to jfank@portillos.com or give Joe a call at 224-636-3646. And that's Portillo's. And don't forget my wife's company called Laura Ocean Solutions. If you're dealing with credit card processing, companies out there, you're dealing with credit cards, you want the lowest rate possible. My wife is saving a lot of companies a lot of money. Laura Ocean Solutions, check it out. Increased profits while reducing credit card fees. That's Laura Ocean Solutions. We have our good friend. Also, folks, if you're seeing it on Facebook, folks, don't forget you can go to our Twitter page and watch the show live as well. Or if you go right to YouTube, subscribe, and we can see Ocean's Pit on YouTube as well. All right, we have the Salsa King, my buddy Marty Garcia. Marty, with all the salsas, how many? You go into a department store, everybody seems like they make the salsa. I'm wondering how these stores or how these places do that. How do they know which ones to keep in their restaurants?
Yeah, they've got at the grocery stores, it'll say fresh made here a lot of times on their packaging, but it wasn't fresh made there. It was packaged there. So they'll bring in like pouches and, giant pouches of salsa. They'll pour it into those containers, seal them up. But you know that those things are made in factories probably a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. They have preservatives in them. So they're going to have a little bit longer shelf life. My shelf life's only a couple weeks because these salsa bowls, you get 1.5 pounds of salsa. You can see the logo on there. 1.5 pounds of salsa that lasts, a week. If you can let it last a week without eating it so fast. But the shelf life on it is 2 weeks. So my goal is to change salsa in this whole entire Chicagoland area and have delivery dates of fresh salsa in the grocery stores that carry me, having those dates on their shelf or in my own dedicated cooler. And like it delivers on Thursday, it delivers on Friday, so that you can go to that store, pick it up, and it was just made within 24 hours. Some of the salsa that I deliver to these stores are made that day or the night before. It is fresh AF. You know what AF stands for, right?
I noticed something. It's very hard to, once you open it, to stop. I'm going to tell you that because that's exactly true. That thing did not last me long. I started in the morning, and then by the night it was gone. So between lunch and whatchamacallit.
I do get that a lot of addictive heat kind of people that they can't stop eating it. They can't stop eating, or even the mild. I was at a grocery store in Naperville yesterday, and the receiving girl said she killed it in one sitting. She just could not stop eating it. That's how fresh it was. That's how addicting it was.
Yeah, it's that good, folks. Now, Marty, what does a tub of your salsa? What does that cost in a retail store?
Retail store, they're selling for $7.99 right now. Actually, $6.99. I think they're still $6.99. I think they might decrease it. What's that?
Is that the average price with salsa in jars when you go to different grocery stores?
If you get some of the high end, some big labels like Frontera Grill, yes, they're going to be in a $7.99 range because they're they put a lot of marketing behind it, and they have bigger budgets for those. But if you walk into Woodman's, you can buy a Tostitos for $2 for $3. So I'm not going to get the price shopping kind of, if it's a nickel more, I'm not going to buy it, people. So I got to, really pay attention to where I'm putting my salsa bowls in, because I'll be taking a lot of them back if they're not sold because of the price point. But yeah, $6.99, $7.99 at a lot of the stores where I'm selling them at. And then I'm also going into farmers markets. So started in farmers markets last year, again, doing kits. I didn't sell one of these bowls until I went to a brewery. Lots of breweries don't have kitchens. So I went to a brewery, started making a salsa in bowls. My son and I set up, chips and salsa at the brewery. People were buying them, bringing them back to their tables at the patio. It was a hit. Then I went into, some fests, and I was selling them at Highwood Pumpkin Fest. 3 days, massive fest, got a lot of traction there. That's kind of like where the area where my name came from. I don't know if you caught on where the name comes from. Did you catch that or no?
No. Where did the name come from?
You seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yes, vaguely I remember, yes.
Okay. Well, he goes into a fancy French restaurant with his buddies, and he picks a name on the registration book, and one that had 3 because he had 3 in his party, and his name was Abe Froman. So the man comes up and he goes, "Oh, can I help you, children?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have a reservation." He's like, "Oh yeah, what?" He's like, "My name's Abe Froman." He's like, "You're Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago?" And he said, "Yes, I am."
There you go. So there you go. The Salsa King sounds actually very cool. Absolutely. Now, I know you're a busy man. A couple other questions here for you, Marty. If they want to get it directly from you, how do they do that?
Well, it's refrigerated, so it's not something I could ship just yet. So I'm working behind the scenes to try and find a way to send refrigerated salsa through direct purchasing. So I'm going to have to update my website to have people being able to buy it on there.
What is the website? What is the website?
Website is salsakingchicago.com. And if you want to get a hold of me, salsakingchicago@gmail.com. And we do most of our announcements on Facebook. So where we're going to be, farmers markets that we're getting into, stores that we just, added, everything, all of our calendar events are on Facebook. So right now we're going to Crystal Lakes Farmers Market called the Dole Mansion. We're going to Kenosha, but this summer we'll be all over. I saw some people putting, I would like to get, in Fox Lake, I saw someone put on there. So we are spread all up in this northern corridor of Illinois. So we're going to be at Woodstock's Farmers Market on Tuesdays, which is a massive one. Grays Lake, another big one on Wednesdays. Libertyville's on Thursdays. Lake Zerk's on Fridays.
All right. We're going to be keeping yourself busy.
Oh, yeah. Saturdays will be in Kenosha Harbor. That's a massive market too. And then Sunday at the Dole Mansion in Crystal Lake. We might also do Park Ridge. We might also do Wakanda if we can get some people to help us out.
Very good. Well, you know what, Marty, I wish you a lot of luck with this, brother. And it's almost like salsa, like you just said, if it's not done right. And why is it when they say it's hot, it's never hot when you get it at a store? Or a restaurant. Why? Are they afraid that people won't like it? Is that it?
Oh, for sure. People get stung by salsa. When I'm at my booth and I'm doing samples, I tell people I have a mild salsa. They're still afraid of it. They'll sit there with the chip, waiting to eat it. There are people who fear salsa, even if it's mild, because they're afraid they're going to get zapped. They didn't grow up like you and I putting pepper on everything, right?
Yeah,
so
I had pepper on everything. I put hot sauce on everything.
Yep.
So Dave's Insanity sauce is what I put on everything.
That's crazy.
It is hot. It is hot. But you know what?
Very hot.
And my doctor says because I eat the hot food, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. So I think, when it was done, when do you think the salsa was actually invented? Any idea when it first came out?
Salsa invented? I can imagine it's kind of like a Tex-Mex recipe. So if you go down to Mexico, you're going to see pico de gallo. So imagine pico de gallo thrown in a blender, you have my salsa. So that's kind of the same flavoring that you're getting, but a blended flavor of pico de gallo, all that freshness that you had on the table. So salsa came out of Texas. It's a Tex-Mex, like chili came out of Tex-Mex in Mexico / Texas. So that's where it comes from. But I would say, early 1900s probably.
I'm thinking that too. My good friend Marty Garcia is on, folks, the Salsa King of Chicago. Make sure you check him out, folks. And Marty, friend me on Facebook so I can see where you're at. I've got it to the limit, but I'll delete somebody to put you on because I want to get you and I'll start pushing your company here, the Salsa King. Good. Marty's a great guy, local guy, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need, especially these days, to support local mom and pop establishments, guys doing it on their own. This guy's doing it, him and his family. You got to support people like that. Forget the change. If you got these stores near you and you've got these fresh markets near you, go and get them because you're going to get a great deal from the Salsa King, Marty Garcia. Marty, thank you so much for being on the show, my good friend. I wish you the best and we'll hopefully see each other soon, pal.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for supporting local small business, Tony.
You got it, pal. Always. Marty Garcia, the Salsa King, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Okay, folks, Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. A lot of things to talk about today. First of all, my prayers go out to my good friend Erica, who's getting foot surgery done today. Erica, who's been a loyal fan for so long, coming out to see me. Last time I seen Erica, we were at the Broken Oar on Sunday. Did a great show there, and thank you. And I get to see Erica. So I wish you the best if you're listening, my good friend. Oh, at 3 p.m., Erica. Okay, so please, hope you're better there. Get that foot better so you can come out and start dancing again. All right, a couple other things, folks. Fishing. If I know people talk about fishing, that just opened the license today. Now you can start fishing as of today. If you are fishermen, and you know I love to fish, so it is. The licenses are ready to go. I just found out other things. My sister-in-law Natalie went into the hospital to do a test or something, and they're saying that they're not taking the temperature checks anymore when you walk into the hospital. They're not checking for that. They're not doing the 6 feet, whatever, 6 inches separating from everybody. So it seems like they're getting rid of the COVID-19. The masks are still there. I don't know how much longer, but the masks are still there. But the temperature checks are done. We're not checking them anymore in certain spots there. So it is what it is. April, of course, our executive producer, she loves hot sauce. We mean April love the real hot stuff. So it's very, very good. It's good stuff. Robert General, how you doing, sir? Marion, I hope you're doing well. All right, let's talk about a couple things here today, folks. Absolutely. Very interesting. Okay, this is very cool. You know, science has come a long way, and it's hoped that they can come up with cures for these horrible diseases that are out there, folks. This is something different that we just found out. Brain differences linked to autism could be spotted 3 months before birth, which is kind of saying that before you're born, they can find out, excuse me, parts of your brain if you're going to get this autism stuff. Horrible. And I'm hoping that they find more and more ways of stopping this horrible stuff that's happening. Autism and diabetes and cancer and Alzheimer's. I just hope they can. Now, a lot of people say, excuse me, did they have the cure for all this stuff? I don't know. Of course, if they did, then the big pharmacy markets would be not making any money, right? So it's going to keep us all this way. So if you do anything for autism, God bless, support it. Hey, Monica sent me this. Hubby got excited thinking I was touching myself underneath the covers, but I was actually opening a package of Kit Kats, and I didn't want to share with my husband. Monica, thank you for sending that. More great news coming in, folks. I don't know about great news, but it looks like some of these countries now are lifting the travel ban. Japan has lifted the COVID entry ban to 106 countries, including the United States. So now you can fly into Japan. Some countries have not lifted that yet. I don't know. Can we still go into Canada? I don't know if they lifted that yet. That I'm not quite sure of. If anybody tried to go to Canada recently, so who knows? They need a cure for cancer, Carol. I think they have one. Peter Prado, how you doing, sir? Mary, how you doing? Danny Ramonde, how you doing? I think they've got a cure for it. I think of course they do. And if everybody was cured from cancer, first of all, those pharmaceutical companies would be broke, right? Because they wouldn't be making all that money. And of course, overpopulating. So I talked to a couple of people I knew for years that their fathers were in the generals in the army and stuff. And they tell you stories that you would not believe. That it's just crazy. If you're excited about JetBlue, people say they like JetBlue, the airline. Some people say they don't. I don't know. But JetBlue will scrap. Listen to this, folks. Will scrap the Spirit Airlines if they buy the airlines. They're thinking about buying Spirit. JetBlue is. And if that's the case, it would just be JetBlue. And the only cheap, or not cheap, but low fare for airlines would be Frontier. Some people have been on Frontier. People say they don't like Frontier. I don't know. Social Security would run out and there would be a cure for cancer. There you go, Connie. I agree. So many people close to me have passed because of it. I know, Carol. It's horrible. I have 3 or 4 friends that are fighting it right now. And I know a lot of them that were survivors. My friend Karen Serpico, Cheryl Riccio, they were survivors from it. Now Karen, of course, got it again. And hopefully things will be better with her and my friend Susan Jambroni and my very good friend, of course, George Tark, who's been getting these radiation stuff put in him and chemo. I just hope it comes out better, man. I really, really do. Crazy stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple more things to stop all the stuff that's going on with Russia. The Boston Marathon has decided and made an announcement that they will not allow runners from Russia or Belarus to compete in the Boston Marathon this year, keeping all the Russian, rightfully so. I mean, right now we're just trying for what's going on over there. Any business should be stopped that we're doing with Russia. But of course, that's not going to happen, is it, folks? Huge revenue stream for hospitals and chemo treatments. John, you're absolutely right, my friend. They make big money, big money. And especially now, I mean, it's just crazy. Everything is going up. Look at this. No poop for you. No poop for you, folks. Fertilizer now is shot up the ass with prices. It's just skyrocketing high. So now they're putting more money up on for the fertilizer. I mean, but everything's gone up. Food, lumber. I mean, gas. We all know that. I mean, this inflation is horrible, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's suffering for so many people, and I don't know what's going to happen, man. It scares me because you put on the news or you put something on, and every day it's something else that you just got to shake your head and just wonder what the shit. Anyway, let's talk about something good. Hardcore Italians, folks. Go to Hardcore Italians Chicago and like the Facebook page. Mike and his crew do an incredible job. They're working right now on a brand new Tony Ocean logo for my t-shirts coming out for my 30th anniversary. Hardcore Italians Chicago. Like it. Go to the Facebook page and like it. David Gage, I know, brother, you've been suffering for a while, my good friend Dave Gage. I've known Dave for many, many years. Was one that worked for me for many years. A great guy. I love you, Dave. I hope you're doing well. All right, some birthdays here. Francis Ford Coppola celebrates a birthday today. 83 years old, the man behind The Godfather. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Thomas, one of the original members of the Drifters, celebrates a birthday today. Udo Dirkenschneider, a guitar player, I think, for the band Accept, celebrates a birthday today. Great actor Billy D. Williams, remember him in Star Wars, celebrates a birthday today, folks. How about Louis Sheldon, one of the guitar players for the original Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew was a bunch of musicians, studio musicians who played on so many great hit records. So happy birthday, Louis. Albert, if you're out there, Julian Lennon, the first son of John Lennon, folks, celebrates a birthday. He's 59 years old. Julian Lennon, ladies and gentlemen. Australian actor Russell Crowe celebrates a birthday, folks. Part of the #1 biggest duo in music. This duo has made more money than any other duo in music history. We're talking about Daryl Hall and John Oates. Today's birthday for John Oates. Celebrates a birthday today. How about this, folks? April 8th, 1835, Davy Crockett put on a raccoon cap, grabbed a rifle, ladies and gentlemen, that only had 17% accuracy of working, and went to the Alamo to fight. God, have you guys been to the Alamo in Texas? I love it. I mean, I love all that history stuff, but this is it, 4/8/1835. And you know what else happened today, folks? April 8th, 1910, President William Howard Taft threw out the very first pitch in a baseball game, and that was the first one ever thrown out by former president, of course, William Howard Taft. That was April 8th, 1910, and people are still doing it so many more years. Another more tradition with baseball. I hope did you guys watch the baseball? I don't know how many First of all, how many Cub fans do I have watching? People that are Cub fans, how many Cub fans here? Albert, I bought gas for 406 at York Road, Irving Park today. There you go. I don't know. It's different everywhere. Kathy Ippolito from Santa Barbara sent me a picture of it. It was like $6.75 the gas in California. $6.75 for gas in California. It's insane. Isn't it insane? Kathy's a Cub fan. So how many Cub fans watching? How many Sox fans watching? You know, here at my home here, we have a little battle because our son Joey loves a big diehard Cub fan. Our son Tony's a big diehard Sox fan. And I'm a diehard Yankees fan. So you know what that's like. It's only when it comes to the playoffs. Then everybody starts, Woodman, $3.99 in Bloomingdale. Okay, not too bad. Woodman's. Watching for Sox game in Detroit. There you go, the General. God bless. All right, some more crazy news here, folks. This is a church in Oak Park. A church in Oak Park, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. It is crazy, but this is called the First Church of Oak Park. And it's stopping singing or reciting any songs or hymns written by white musicians or white songwriters. This is a certain church that decided, because of the Lent and everything that's going on right now, they're giving up. And I don't know. It's kind of, a song is a song. I mean, I don't know. Does it make a difference who wrote the song? What's the nationality or what's the race? I don't understand why they're doing this at this particular church in Oak Park, but they are doing it. Stop singing songs that were written by white songwriters. I don't know. It's like if you look at the Christmas songs, most of the Christmas songs or the holiday songs are written by Jewish guys. I mean, Irving Berlin wrote White Christmas. They wrote some of the best holiday songs were written by Jewish guys or Jewish people, Jewish musicians and songwriters. So I don't know what the deal is with this church here in Oak Park, but who knows? Today also is National Beer Day, folks. Beer Day for all you beer drinkers out there. National Beer Day. Oh, Snoop Dogg, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Snoop Dogg, one of the rapper, his assault charges have been dropped. Now, there's no details about this, but likely there was a nice big payoff. And when somebody gets paid off, I guess the crime or the assault is not as bad because now you get a payoff to shut up and drop the lawsuit. See, like the more money you have, it looks like it can go a pretty long way. Right? Exactly. You got it. Yes, you did. Absolutely. Wouldn't go to that church, Carol, but you know what? I don't get why they're doing it. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, a song is a song, no matter who wrote it. If it's a good song, it's got a good message. It's a great song. Who cares? No one looks and say, I'm not going to like that song because of the race or the religion. Again, freedom of speech. It's all crazy. It's all crazy, folks. CNN, Mr. Musk himself is trying to threaten to put free speech on Twitter. He wants to let you say and do say what you want on Twitter, and it should be free speech, folks. You know, a lot of these other social media outlets, certain things you say, you get blocked or you get banned. But now that Mr. Musk himself owns a majority or 9% of Twitter, if I got that right, he's going to let people speak freely, and that's the way it should be. Richard Hamlin, how you doing, my friend? Absolutely. I think you should be able to speak freely of what. That's all we have in this world, man. You take away our a lot of our freedom of speech is already gone. But Twitter's going to do that, and then all the liberals, most of the liberals say that if Mr. Musk reinstates Twitter, they're going to leave Twitter. So if Mr. Musk puts Donald Trump back on Twitter, the liberals are all going to walk out and leave. I don't know if that's true or not. But I know how many actors and actresses says if Trump became president, they were all leaving the country. I think Whoopi's still here. Oprah's still here. I think a lot of them are still here. So who knows? This is Twitter, folks. It's a social media outlet. It's for fun. It's for facts. I don't get why people get so crazy over this. That's why I bought Twitter and a Tesla. There you go. My hubby has many times. Yes, Carol. Ever go to Facebook jail, Tony? I don't think I've been in Facebook jail yet, Carol. Not yet. Not to my knowledge. No, not yet. Yes, Richard, that is suspicious. And Richard, that does sound very racist to me that they're not going to play a music written by white songwriters. I mean, what if to me, I don't understand. I just don't understand the whole relevance of it. It's a church song. People go to church. You're singing it. If it's a good message, who cares who wrote it? Who cares who wrote it? I mean, there was even a rumor one time in the 70s. I don't know if this is true or not, but Charles Manson, I guess he had a record out. He was going to have a record deal. Someone was going to put out a Charles Manson record of songs written by Charles Manson. So I don't know if that's true, if it was just a myth. I don't know if it ever happened, but who knows? Angelo, 9 of us watching you here. Thank you, Angelo, my good friend. I hope you're doing well and hope you're ready for a great weekend here, folks. They're not predicting food shortage. They are planning on it, ladies and gentlemen. They're not predicting it. It's here. They're planning on it. That's why they made this happen. And you know what? It goes back, ladies and gentlemen, to the free stimulus checks that they were sending. The government is doing this for you. It's for free. Nothing is free. And that's why all the prices are up, gas are up, everything is up because they're making their money back. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Ryan at 8 o'clock in Schaumburg. Tomorrow, Tavern on the Point with my good pal Ryan O'Ryan. 8 o'clock showtime upstairs. Sunday, returning to Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy in St. Charles. 4 o'clock with my man Jerry Jams Renda. Dave Antonelli, thanks for yesterday, buddy. That's right. Fun day Friday. Very much so. All right, so what we got here, folks? This is interesting. According to Fox News, Governor DeSantis. A couple of governors. Now, this is the Governor DeSantis, of course, of Florida, vows and says that he's going to dump all the illegal aliens that go into Florida. He's going to get them and dump them all in the home state of Joe Biden, Delaware. That's where he's going to drop them all off if they come to Florida, the illegal immigrants. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Texas governor put one even better. He said he's going to run charter buses and send them all to Washington, D.C. It's crazy, everything that's going on here, folks, but the world is just getting worse and worse and worse. It really, really is, man. And nothing surprises me anymore. But I do know one thing. When you are from Chicago, and I'm from Chicago, and you guys are from Chicago, what do you are? People say, hey, follow me. You tell one of your friends, hey, follow me. They get you on the Dan Ryan, and you're going to go 120 miles an hour, freak some of these people out. That's just the way we roll, our friends here from Chicago. Thank you, General. I'm looking forward to see you too on Sunday, my friend. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Today is Friday, the 8th of April. Let's see what we got here, folks. How about this? This poor couple from Florida watching a baseball game. A baseball game in Florida. They were both father and daughter hit by lightning. They were almost dead. And they show pictures on social media of these two. The father's got a big brown bruise on his head, and the daughter has it on her neck. These two people were struck by lightning while watching a ball game in Florida, and they're still alive, thank God. That would scare the shit out of me, right? Ever think about that? Or when you're walking down Michigan Avenue and you ever know if one of those big buildings, a glass falls from there, or if you're walking on the street and, they have the grills with the sewer thing, you walk up, over it all the time. No one ever thinks that thing might just, collapse on you and you might end up down in the sewer. It's crazy, man. But these guys are just watching a ball game. It is what it is, act of God. There's nothing we can do with that, folks. Horrible. All right, guys, let me ask you, how many people have put a can or a bottle of something in the fridge, whether it was a beer or soda, in the fridge because you wanted to get cold faster? How many people then realized they forgot it was in there, and when they opened up the refrigerator or the ice box, whatever you call it these days, it's exploded. It looks like a small alien exploded in the freezer. I've done that many times. I put something in there, leave it in there for about an hour so it gets a little cold, and then you completely forget about it, especially when it comes to beer or pasta. Root beer or soda or anything like that. It has to happen to a lot of people out here, folks. That's for sure. Happened to me many times. Haven't done it in a while, but how about this, folks? Let's go back to Florida again. Florida is making tons of news. Florida teachers are quitting their jobs because they can no longer talk to young children about sex. Sex education, folks. Should it be taught in schools? Should you want your mom and dad to tell you about the birds and the bees? I don't know. Kids are so smarter these days. And but these are some teachers from Florida. If you have some teachers out there, would you decide to, they're going to walk, they don't want to talk about child sex education in schools anymore? My son does that with beer a lot. There you go, Carol. I did it a while ago. All right, there you go. So I don't know, you guys, do you want your children to be taught by teachers sex education, or you rather have your mom, mom and dad tell you the story of the birds and the bees? But I think these days, these kids are so much smarter now. They know already. They know so much more than we think they know compared to when we were younger. But these are teachers that are from Florida that are doing this, folks. Another time I wanted to say, did you see this social media video that's been on social media the last couple of days? If you watched it, ladies and gentlemen, they show a gathering because we know former President Barack Obama showed up at the White House and they had a party there. And you see him talking to people, and you see Kamala Harris talking, and you see all these people talking, gathering. And President Joe Biden is walking around like he's lost. He's trying to get Obama's attention by putting his hand on his shoulder, and Obama completely ignores him. It looks like he's not even there. Have you seen that? Teachers should not teach, parents should, period. Okay, Emo, there you go. Health classes teach it. There you go, Connie. So it does have. So there you go. But have you guys seen this with Joe Biden getting just like President Joe Biden getting like he's not there at this party? You got to Google that. It's pretty weird. I don't know if it was done on purpose, but interesting stuff. What is the certain time for dinner, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, anybody out there? Davey Gage. I'm going to ask you guys something. What is the right time for you people to have dinner? Now, some people say 4 o'clock. Some people say don't eat after 6. You should take a hint, Emo. Yes, you should. Invisible, right, right, General? Our parents never discussed that stuff years ago. Our parents never did. You're right. Talking about sex education. We're talking about the teachers that are walking out in Florida, teachers from teaching at the classes. But here's a question. 6 o'clock. Okay, so the dinner time should be 6 o'clock. That's what I thought. Carol says 6. Kathy says 6. Someone said 4 o'clock. Now, most people work 9 to 5. I'm thinking most people do. Or if they work the night shift, they start at 3 or they start at 4. So it all depends on your schedule. But I would think dinner should be about 6 o'clock. But, I don't know. From the people that are responding to the show here, most people have dinner at 6 o'clock. Remember, they said never to eat after 6 o'clock. It's the worst thing for you to eat after 6 o'clock. So I say that's what you do. Sometimes after high school. Hi, Noreen. I hope you're doing well, Noreen. Hope you're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. How about this? Again, I mentioned this to show on yesterday with my wife, when she was the co-host with me, that one gentleman that was arrested at the Capitol riots on January 6th, they said that the police officer or security guard let him in, opened the doors and let him in to the White House, in the Capitol. Let him in. So he was found not guilty, which just goes back to telling me that it's almost like it was planned to come on in. Here's the door, let everybody in. So it's a little crazy if you watch those videos and find out what's going on over there, folks. Very much. All right, we got Bella joining us here today, folks. If you're old and it's early bird special, all right, early bird special. All right, Bella. Okay, good. This is Bella, everybody. Is dinner and supper the same thing? 2 different meals. What's the difference? Now, that's a great question. All right, Bella. Okay, honey. All right, I love you too, honey. Anyway, yeah, supper. Sorry, folks. Supper or dinner. Bella's having a good time over here. Okay, Bella, sit. Good girl, stay. All right. So, supper or dinner. Some people call it supper. Some people call it dinner. Who knows what it is? But a lot of people have been saying 6 o'clock. Joe Biden needs to step up, nuke the Kremlin, and murder Putin. Okay. Well, I don't know, whatever they got to do. That guy's got to get out some way. All right, what do we got over here, folks? People, according to People magazine, here is a gentleman, a father that refused to pay groceries to his son, and his son stabbed him to death. Guess the kid needed money. I don't know. Dad, can you pay for the groceries? We don't know the whole story to this, but the son turned around and stabbed his father because he would not pay for groceries. It's a crazy world. Couldn't you just get mad and slam the door and say, I'm going to my room? No, now they're all crazy. Nice pup. There you go. What the fuck is right there, Kathy? Snap card. There you go. All right, folks, let's go back over here. That's just funny. According to Fox News, Lent is right. Lent, what are you giving up for Lent? No meat, no this. What are you giving up for Lent? I don't know. But this gentleman here, for the last 4 years, his name was Dell Halls. Dell Halls. 4 years straight, he's only drinking beer. This man is from Ohio. only drinking beer and gave up food for Lent. And he said it's not about getting drunk. So beer fills him up and he doesn't eat food for Lent. He's been doing it for 4 years in a row. Can you possibly do that, folks? They say supper is an old saying and dinner is new. Which what I heard. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Gave up food for Lent as only drinking beer. Now, beer's got wheat in it. I can understand him drinking beer. It will fill you up so you don't want to eat. But how many people can actually do that? Could you actually sit there and not have food and just drink beer for Lent? Supposedly this guy in Ohio did it. Dell Halls for 4 years straight. Have you guys ever had more stuff that's been recalled? Now, Disney hand sanitizers have been recalled. Yesterday, we talked about Lucky Charms cereal being recalled. We talked about the chocolate bunnies being recalled. Everything is being recalled. It's just crazy, folks. So if you've got Disney hand sanitizer, you might want to look at that because it's being recalled. All these companies seem to be having these problems. Look at Uber Eats. They say that Uber Eats has got one of the worst customer services. I've only dealt with Uber a couple of times. So for me, I don't think they've been, I think they're pretty good with me. I don't know what their customer service is like. The guy brings the food or leaves it at the porch or knocks on the door. I don't know. And there's someone who died when he was 49. Oh, I'm sad. Sad. We had mushrooms the other day. It was good. All right, there you go. Talking about mushrooms. Anyway, Uber Eats customer service say they're bad. Oh, for you people looking for jobs, Walmart, ladies and gentlemen, Walmart is willing to pay more truck drivers more money to get them into work for Walmart. Truck drivers, they can start them anywhere between $95,000 to $110,000 a year. So if you're looking for jobs, Walmart is hiring truck drivers, folks. If you're in that field, they're hiring it. $95,000 to $110,000 starting for truck drivers at Walmart. And of course, congratulations again to the Atlanta Braves, who, when they won the World Series, the world title, they just, for the opening day, they unveiled a $150 burger with fries. Have you heard of this? These are the Atlanta Braves, according to baseball, because of the celebration of the World Series, they invented, put out a brand new burger for $151, and it also comes with fries. What burger can be worth $151? Got to run. Have a good weekend. Carol, you have a good weekend too, you and Dan. Did you see the guys who was eating the customer good before he delivered the food? Yes, Marianne. We did talk about this. We watched through the Ring cameras we got when someone rings the bell, and there was a Uber driver, Uber Eats driver eating the French fries and stuff out of the bag that he was supposed to deliver to the customer. This guy got caught. I'm sure he lost his job, but none. Who would pay $151 for a burger? A little crazy, folks. Little crazy it is. Hey, guys, we have come to the end of the line today, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. Of course, let's not forget our good friends from, you got it, Patriot Funding Incorporated. That's my good buddy Dave Antonelli, folks. Up to 100% financing available. Dave Antonelli gives you a multiple choice of stuff for commercial money lending. Very simple. Dave's a great guy. Honestly, you know him. You met him. Most of the people know my good pal Dave Antonelli. So check out Patriot Funding Incorporated right out of Roselle, Illinois. Local 630-675-4730. That's Patriot Funding Incorporated. I want to thank our great guest, Marty Garcia, Salsa King, in the house today. Thank you, Marty, for that great salsa. And we want to thank, of course, Matt Campbell Law Group, Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practices that is client-focused and results-driven. That's what every show is brought to you by McCampbell Law Group. I want to say, Mr. A, have a good trip when he's leaving for Florida on Tuesday. I'm going to see Dave tomorrow night at Tavern on the Point. Guys, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Tomorrow, Tavern on the Point, Edison Park. Sunday, Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy, 4 o'clock with Jerry Jams. The big show is coming up, folks. Sunday, May 29th at the Displays Theater. Tony Ocean celebrates 30-year anniversary. with Nick Sahajas in the band, the Main Event Band, the Dream Police, the Rat Pack, Mojo's Jukebox, the Jersey Girls, Diva Montel, Regina Karma, Kim Peterson LaFew, Denise Tomasello, Jack D'Amico, Matt Cassane, and Mike and Tracy from Good Clean Fun. My sister Tanya. It's going to be a 3-hour bash. Go to oshows.com. That's oshows.com for tickets to the 29th of May, Tony Ocean's 30th anniversary concert. Hope you guys can be there in the beautiful Des Plaines Theater. I want you guys to have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back on Monday, ready to roll again. And please go out and support local establishments and live entertainment. Please go out and do that. And the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Peace and love. Have a great weekend, folks. Be safe out there. Love you all. Have a great one, folks. And let's tell Nick Sahajas to
time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. God bless.